So we'll be starting the session now. Yeah, I think most of us are here. Otherwise, we can provide them recording as well later on. All right. Okay, thank you everybody for taking the time from your day to sit in for the orientation event. It is very much appreciated. So to start off the session, I would like to first start with an introduction of myself, our team member, and then we can move on to the training module. I am Neha. Nice to meet everybody. I'm the marketing manager here at Extratech. And joining us in the session is Sojanji. He will be your trainer and your mentor for the course. So in today's session, we will be discussing about Extratech's training program as a whole, very briefly, the course and the course components, and of course, the program inclusions. And in the end, we are going to have a Q&A session as well. So to begin, let's start with Extratech and the training program. I will give you a very brief overview of the program and what it entails. To put it in short, as you can see, Extratech was primarily established as a company that provided ICT education and job empowerment opportunities to international candidates, much like yourselves here in Australia. So the training aims to help candidates with a special focus on international candidates to successfully navigate the uncharted waters of the Australian and global job landscape. Since its establishment, the main goal was and still is to mainly help our enrolled students who are mainly from countries like Nepal, India, Bhutan, Bangladesh, mainly from Southeast Asian countries, to not waste their time and their effort in test and trials, but rather to directly connect them to results, which is ultimately have them successfully enter the job market. So since our establishment in 2019, our training program has helped a significant number of candidates, such as yourselves, successfully land entry-level jobs in the field of IT, accounting, and civil engineering. So as you can read in the slide, our success rate stands at more than 98%. You can almost say 100% success rate for civil engineering specifically. Let's just expand a little bit on our primary goals. So one of our primary goals at Extratech, Extratech's training program is to help our candidates navigate the Australian job landscape and by default, the global job landscape without wasting your finances, your time, or your energy. The program provides a direct beeline from point A to point B. Now, point A being where you are, and point B being the job. Now, I know you may come across many other institutes or online academic programs where they throw around the word taught by experts or taught by industry veterans, but then you spend your money and then you enroll and you find out that the trainer actually is not an industry expert and only provides a very basic or surface level education. Now, as opposed to that, contrast that with Extratech, where all of our courses are actually developed by industry veterans who actually know the job landscape like the back of their hands and who have been active in the corporate landscape in Australia for many years. Our program is devised to take care of our candidates at every single aspect in both, practical training as well as behavior skills. So in other words, you can say that our training program will enable the participants to develop both the technical skills as well as behavior skills to be able to be a good and valuable asset to any of the employers or companies who are looking to hire. Now, moving on to the training program. So it is usually a 10 to 14 weeks program overall, but in this case, it's 8 weeks, as the course duration of our civil engineering training is 8 weeks. So in essence, our training program can be divided into two major components by which it functions, as you can see. The first component is the course itself, in this case, the civil engineering course. And then the second component is career counseling. So how the program works is that once you enroll, You will first do the 8 weeks practical training. Like I said, Sojanji is your trainer, and then he will cover the practical training part of the presentation after me once I finish my slides. Then once you finish your 8 weeks practical training, you move on to the second component of the program, which is career counseling. Okay, so in practical training, like obviously you are going to gain like technical skills, but the aim of our program is actually to make you a good asset, and that includes behavior skills as well. So as such, your behavior skills training is going to be covered in career counseling. So as you can see on the screen, in the career counseling, we will cover your resume building elements, your cover letter building elements, your LinkedIn profile elements, all of this. So we will also conduct like mock interview sessions and help you with like drafting professional and business emails. We understand that as international candidates here in Australia, definitely the job landscape and the career marketplace is obviously different than the country we are from. Like it's definitely different than the job process back in Nepal or India, for example, and comparatively, it is like much more difficult as well if you don't know what you're doing and you don't know like the correct navigations. I mean, nowadays in the era of AI and automation in literally everything, like we have to be at the forefront. But many of us, not being from Australia and not having first-hand experience, can face a lot of trial and error situations. And these mistakes can like often cost us time, it can cost us money, which is like very precious to us. So that is why career counseling part of our program is such an important part when it comes to like breaching the job landscape, because let's be honest, like having practical skills is not enough. Like you have to be able to sell yourself. Everybody, like in some way, shape or form, is a salesperson at the end of the day. And if you don't possess at least some behavior skills, then you're not going to stand out in a saturated talent pool. So that is why, to make sure that you are considered a good corporate asset, career counseling is one of our main unique selling points. And one of the major highlights as well that career counseling component provides is that assistance will be given to you until you land the job. So in other words, there are no time limits, no matter how long it takes, or in our case, how short it takes, until you land that job, we will be helping you and guiding you every step of the way. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the benefits of the program. So let's see. Benefits of the Jobbery program. Number one, live and personalized training. So, unlike pre-recorded courses on platforms like Udemy or Skillshare, what else is there? Like Domestika, stuff like that. Our training program offers a personalized attention and tailored learning experience. So, what does this mean? This means that our trainers can, adopt the content and the pace to suit your individual needs and provide focused guidance based on your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, let's be honest, not all students will be able to like learn at an equal pace. Some might need more guidance in one area, while others might need more guidance in other aspects of the training. But, unlike back in schools or universities where everyone is taught and treated the same, and like it is up to the students to figure out like figure stuff out by yourself. Unlike those things, as a foreign candidate, like with English not as our first language, many of us have to like face certain level of difficulties in this regards. But with Extratech training, this aspect is like also taken into consideration. Like I said, it is personalized to suit your needs, your pace, and your level of understanding. So you can also like, okay, make an argument that, why not just pay for Udemy? Why not just pay for Skillshare or other online learning platforms like that? Which is like a valid question. But like, for example, if you do that, you're like essentially paying for a recorded video. And for example, if you get stuck somewhere, or if the real world circumstances is different than what is said in the recorded video, then basically you're stuck. You don't have anyone to ask or clear any doubts because you have to do all of the other research by yourself to figure out the answers. And you have to like do additional research to figure out how to navigate, which, again, is going to waste your time, it's going to waste your money. And on top of all of that, it's going to give you additional headache as well. But in our training program, that negative point is like completely eliminated. And another benefit also is like on the spot problem solving. So in the 𝐸𝑒𝑟𝑎𝑡𝑒 program, if you encounter any sort of roadblocks or challenges while learning, you can quickly just seek help from the trainer instantly. The instant support is going to save you time, it's going to save you frustration, and it is going to enable you to like progress smoothly throughout the materials as well. Okay, next one. Both online and in-person attendance is available. So whether online classes are better than physical classes kind of depends on the individual preferences and specific circumstances. Both formats have their merits. In this case, both forms are available. In-person attendance is available for those candidates who are in the Capital Territory and can visit our office in Fishwick. And for other candidates who want to join online, they can join online as well. And at the end of the classes, everyone is given access to the class recordings as well, so you can do like revisions at your own time. Next one is 6 months leeway. Give me a second. This is okay. Everything all right? Everything is like following, right? I'm not just speaking into the void. You can hear me? Like my voice is clear now? Everything good?
Yeah, all good. Yep.
Okay. All right, let's continue. So number 2, both online, in-person attendance is available. And like I said, and number 3, 6 months leeway. So what does this mean is, if you join the course, but for whatever reason, you cannot attend the course anymore. Like, for example, you have to fly back home, or you are sick maybe, or you have other obligations, whatever the reason may be, in these sorts of cases, you have the option of putting your account on hold for 3 to 6 months. And within this time frame, you can rejoin the course again without having to pay any sort of extra charges. Number 4, there is no program limitation. So this is perhaps one of the best benefits of the program. Like I already said, no program limitation means that once you join the program, you will be under Extratech's wings until you land a job. This means that we will be helping you and guiding you until you land a job, no matter how long it takes. Number 5, course heavily focuses on real-world projects. So our training program emphasizes practical hands-on learning through real-world projects instead of heavy theoretics. Unlike schools and universities where you have to learn very in-depth theoretical subjects for example, history of mathematic formulas or something like that, or trigonometry and stuff like that, our training program kind of eliminates all of that fluff and only focuses on actual skills that are in demand in the job market. So this approach is going to allow you to apply your knowledge in simulated professional scenarios, which is going to prepare you for the challenges you will actually encounter in your career, like in real time. There is no heavy focus on theoretical knowledge like universities. Instead, our training will focus on real-world simulated scenarios, which reduces the burden of heavy theoretical learning. And then finally, class recording. Like I said, you'll be provided with the recordings of each class so that you can revise and revisit at your own pace according to your preferred time as well. Okay, so now speaking about potential job opportunities of civil engineering in Australia, it is experiencing a robust growth, which is driven by major infrastructure investments and ongoing urban developments. And the sector of civil engineering also adds about 4,000 new jobs each year, according to my research that I did while I was preparing for this presentation. So this reflects a very strong and sustained demand for professionals in this field. Civil engineers obviously are in very high demand across Australia, especially in specialized roles such as geotechnical engineering, quantity surveying, structural engineering, transport engineering. And across Australia, as you can see here, the demand for civil engineers also kind of is varying by state and territory, which is closely kind of linked to the scale and scope of ongoing infrastructure projects. Like, for example, in New South Wales and in Victoria, they show a very high demand, which is like driven by massive developments such as the Sydney Metro, Western Sydney Airport, the Melbourne Metro Tunnel, and also in the suburban areas as well, like suburban rail loop. And then in Queensland, as you can see, there is a very high demand, which is fueled by infrastructure boom and also for the preparations for the 2032 Olympics. In Western Australia, there is major investments in regional roads and mining infrastructure, which is also contributing to a similarly high demand. Now, in South Australia, it also maintains a moderate to high level of demand thanks to like ongoing urban renewals and transport upgrade initiatives in Adelaide. And then ACT and Tasmania, they show like moderate demand, mainly supported by projects like the Canberra Light Rail and regional bridge works. And then lastly, the Northern Territory. It kind of sees a low to moderate demand with smaller scale infrastructure efforts shaping the marketplace. But overall, civil engineering is among the highest paid engineering fields in Australia, especially for experienced professionals who are involved in large scale infrastructure projects. And the sector is also expected to grow by 10% over the next 5 years. So it provides a very strong prospect for career development and skill development. And moreover, the sector is also like supported by ongoing government and private investment infrastructures. So this ensures that there is going to be a very continued job creation and sustainability. Okay, now we'll talk a little bit about why to choose Extratech. Like obviously you can say, that there are tons of free YouTube courses, like tons of domestika courses, Udemy courses, Skillshare, and all these other things. So in light of all of this, why should we even bother with Extratech? Why should we join Extratech? Valid question. I will answer this question now. See, number one, our curriculum is created by industry veterans. Okay, bringing it back full circle, our course is actually designed by experienced industry professionals who have in-depth knowledge of the field. So the main advantage of this is this ensures that our program covers relevant and up-to-date topics, which is going to provide you with practical skills and knowledge that are in demand in the job market at present. Number two, the principal foundation of the program is to help international candidates. So, like I said, the program's core mission is to support you. We acknowledge the unique challenges you might face in job hunting and adapting to a new work environment. Obviously, international hiring process is completely different to local job hunting process. Interviews, meetings are even harder. And as an international candidate, navigating all of this is going to be difficult. Let me tell you a short story of our founder of Extratech, Binod Kunwar. So, Binodji is the CEO of Extratech. So he used to tell us that, when he first started in Australia, he could not find a job in the IT sector. He gave hundreds of interviews and he didn't used to get even one call back. And after all of that struggle, he was also working in the housekeeping sector as well. But with hard work, nothing is impossible. And right now, Binodji is a leading pioneer in the Extratech Oval International Cricket Stadium construction in Nepal, along with being the CEO of Extratech here in Australia. So, why am I telling you the story? I'm telling you this story because I want our students, who are mainly all international candidates here in Australia. Like I said, we have students from Nepal, we have students from India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, mainly from, Southeast Asian countries. I want them to know that even if things are really difficult, with our right guidance, you can definitely enter the job market and then earn a lucrative salary. Our entire focus of the training is that we are going to tailor our teaching services to address the specific needs of international students or professionals. And you can see the images as well of the construction that's going on in Rupandehi as well. This is the cricket grounds that are being constructed. We'll talk about this more a little bit later. Okay, let's continue. Number 3, help and guidance until the candidate lands a job. So unlike some other learning platforms, our program goes just beyond the education. It offers like ongoing support and guidance throughout the job search process. And this is also one of our unique selling points. You remember, like in career counseling, I said earlier, after you learn all the necessary skills, after that, we are going to help you with correctly answering the technical questions that Australian HR people are going to ask you in mock interview sessions. We will guide you on what to say, how to say it, how to update your resume with AI optimization, how to brand your LinkedIn profile to make you the best candidate among the pool of other candidates. Number 4, it is great choice to build networks. Obviously, like our program provides opportunities to interact with instructors, mentors, fellow participants, and building networks during the course is definitely going to open doors to potential job opportunities and collaborations and professional growth as well. Number 5, there is ample flexibility and cooperation. So our program is designed to accommodate the busy schedules of our candidates, like with flexible learning options. You can like balance your studies and other commitments as well. And additionally, cooperation from the instructors and our support staff is also going to ensure that you have a very positive learning experience. Number 6, charitable causes. So, you know how most of other institutes are mainly for profit? I mean, Extratech is also for profit to some extent, obviously, but Extratech is like also very heavily involved with charitable causes, especially back in Nepal. So we have been involved with the donations to various causes, like various local temples and community causes as well since our establishment. And one of the main through line of this is, like I said, the ongoing construction of the Extratech Oval International Cricket Stadium in Rupandehi in Nepal. Like you might have heard about it or read about it in the news. It's almost been like 2 years or so since the construction started, and like 100% of the funds from our training program goes directly into the project. Now, because our students are, basically indirectly funding the project through our training enrollments, we also have like a certain privileged ticket scheme as well, exclusively for our students when it comes to the cricket stadium. But this is underway. So what I mean to say is like you'll be given certain privileged space in the future because of your contribution through the enrollment funding. So all of this to say is, we're not like other institutes in the sense ki, this is what sets us apart. We are more than just like for-profit organization. Like every single aspect of our training takes into consideration our students. Your benefit is always going to be the priority, and charity is also going to be the next one. And once you enroll, you'll be part of this cause as well. And finally, the OG. So the OG stands for the original, right? Extratech is actually the pioneer in skill training for international candidates in Australia. And it is only after Extratech that other copycat instructor, like institutes and all these things started to pop up. Like, I'm not going to name any names, but there are other institutes out there who actually have teachers or trainers who are alumni of Extratech's training. So in other words, like they got trained and graduated from Extratech, and then they went on to start their own training. So, now the question is like, do you want to have a trainer like Sojan, who is an actual industry veteran, like who has years of hands-on market experience? Or do you want a trainer who like doesn't even have like 2 years of actual industry experience? Now, obviously, the best choice is always going to be the original, and Extratech is the original. And we have many training graduates and alums as well who have like landed jobs after our training and who are now in senior positions as well. So if you go to our social media, like if you go to our Facebook, Instagram pages, and then you scroll down our profile, you can see many success stories of our students who are all landing jobs and who have landed entry-level positions after training completion. And also lastly, ET recruitment. So finally we also like have a sister company as well. It's called ET recruitment, which is a recruitment agency. So we actually have an advantage because this is our recruitment agency, and we have a large network of employers and company networks who want to hire candidates or like they have open vacancies. Now, obviously, we are going to present our Extratech candidates to these open vacancies first. Like, we will prioritize our students first. So you will have an advantage on this regard as well. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about what software or tools you're going to need for the classes. So we use Microsoft Teams. So, Microsoft Teams is like a platform, for those who don't know, it's like a platform that provides like a shared workspace where, members can chat, they can collaborate on files, they can hold virtual meetings. It's basically kind of like WhatsApp. So we'll use Skype. And then, we used to use Skype. I mean, we used to use Skype before, but recently Microsoft is like shutting down Skype. So everyone is kind of migrating to Teams. So you will need Microsoft Teams. Like, it is free to download. And once you enroll with us, we will add you into like the dedicated Teams group chat. And then lastly, the AMS. So AMS stands for Academic Management System. So once you enroll in the course, you will be provided with the credentials to the Academic Management System portal from our side. And then over there, you can access the class recordings. You can access class recordings and like you can access course resources. All of the materials and everything will be in the AMS. And then finally, these are some of the frequently asked questions. I mean, we will have a Q&A session after the presentation is over, and then we'll kind of revisit the slides once again for a Q&A session. But for now, I would like to kind of like, this is the main point of the career counseling and Extratech introduction. Now we will move on to the practical training part and what is included in the course. So for this part, I would like to hand over to Sojanji now. He is going to be presenting you with the technical parts. All right, over to you, Susanji.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that. So I'll just share my screen first of all, and then let me reclaim the host. Yeah, just give me a sec. So can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, all good. Just give me a moment. Yeah, so this is just, I don't want to bore you guys with all the details and everything, so it'll be short and sweet. So let's start with my name. So my name is Sojan. So I've been working with civil, like I've been in civil sector for more than 3 years now. Like formally 3 years, informally like a lot of years, because I've worked as an intern as well, and I've done a lot of internship. Plus I've done a lot of paid trainings as well. So yeah, it's been a journey and I want to share it with you guys. I want to uplift you and then, go into the industry. It's very rewarding. It'll help you a lot in coming days, and I think because of the development now, it will really boom. This sector will really boom. So let's move on with the slides. So this is a civil engineering job ready orientation program. I just want to share a bit of information about this program, the structure and everything. Okay, so let's go with the agenda, like what we'll discuss about. So I won't discuss much about in details. I'll just roughly tell you the important things we need. So the agenda for today, obviously first I'll just give a bit of introduction, yeah, and then the importance of project management, design and drafting, which is mainly focused in our course structure, and the software will be learning what are the outcomes you can expect, okay, and then the essential knowledge which you require for civil engineering careers, the course structures, why this program, and then what are the next step you can do, and after that we can move on to the Q&A. All right, so let's move on. So I just want to, so this is obviously I'm present, nothing too serious about this, yeah. So just welcome. Again, I want to welcome you guys. This is our orientation program, and what this program will help you is it will help you understand the importance of project management, design, and drafting. as well as the basic skills you need to enter into the civil engineering sector. Okay, so personally, I've learned a lot of skills through trainings and as well as experience. So I want to share it with you guys so that it's easier for you. For me, it was quite challenging. It was like you had to spend a lot of time so researching and doing on your own. So you can cut that time, and then do it a bit quicker. So that's my main motive. So that this program is obviously all the participants with essential project management, design and drafting knowledge. So today we'll discuss a bit about industry standard softwares, the skills, project skills, and then a little about expectations and the course structure as well. Okay, so moving on, I'll just quickly talk about project management. So why project management is important in civil engineering? Okay? So just a bit of overview because this is really important. So why project management is important? Because it will help you ensure quality. Okay, so project management helps you meet all the design specifications and all the quality standards. Yeah, so you meet all the standards because it's in a task of project management where you ensure all the QA and QC process, quality assurance process. Yeah, so that's why it ensures, and that's the first and foremost thing. See, with the help of project management, you can help facilitate communication in between, have clear communication channels between all stakeholders, all the people out there, and also help in collaboration and teamwork. Yeah. And so I'll just in short, project management helps in like increase project success. Yeah, you can go in time and also in within budget, that's really important. And it'll improve your efficiency and productivity because you're following a certain structure and it'll help you in a long term, So and then enhance communication and collaboration skill as well. Okay, so this will also help you communicate better and collaborate better so you can produce better. The management safety is a key thing. So safer working environments are there. So it helps, project management helps ensuring we have safer working environment. Okay, so yeah, these are the significance of project management. I think it will be really helpful if you use in the system there. Right? And moving on, I want to talk about design and drafting, significance of design and drafting. So design and drafting are backbones. Like these are like backbones of civil engineering project. So without design and drafting, you don't have any constructions, okay? So you have to have planning, design, and drafting. I'll add planning as well because you need the planning part too. But yeah, design and drafting, without that, it's there's no any project basically, okay? So with design and drafting as well, it will also help you ensure all the accuracy, compliance, industry standards like Australian standards, Austroads, and also help you have a clear communication between project teams as well. Like, for example, if a construction team is there and a designer, they can properly collaborate with the help of design and drafting. So um, you can properly manage your project drawings and give it to construction people, and it'll help them easily do the construction process. So that's why it's really important there. Okay, so why? And also effective design also reduces the cost and improves project outcome. Yeah. And if you have if you master in these skills, it'll increase your employability and career advancement opportunities. So these are really important. So these are also critical in structural, road design, urban planning, and infrastructure development. Yeah, and also in other sectors as well, but these are the main sectors of civil engineering. So yeah, these are really important in those. Okay, moving on. I just want to talk about the software overviews. What we'll be learning, obviously, we'll be learning a bit more than this as well, but the basic understanding is First, we'll start with AutoCAD. I think a lot of, like, many people are familiar with AutoCAD. So we'll start with that, just the basic creating 2D and 3D designs, just the layout plans, architectural plans. Okay, starting with that, and Civil 3D. All right. Next is Civil 3D. Civil 3D is more into design sector. Okay, we will be designing roads and drainage, and also earthworks. Yeah, we'll be calculating earthworks and all those. So with the help of Civil 3D. Okay, and 12D. 12D is also a design software. It's widely used in Australia. So it's really essential to know the basics of 12D. So we'll be learning and doing a project. So each of these softwares will be doing one project. So one industry standard project. So that you have an idea of how a project from start, like especially in design phase, how it starts and finishes. Okay, so yeah, 12D. So we'll be learning a bit about 12D, and then Revit. Revit is mostly in building information modeling. That's called BIM, if you guys have heard about it. Nowadays, a lot of BIM models. I mean, everything is BIM, mostly. So that's why you need to know about BIMs. And then Revit helps mostly in structural side and also in architectural side as well. So we'll be learning on those. Okay. So what will be your outcome? What's your learning outcome? So what will you gain? Okay. So obviously here software expert, like you learn a bit about software, mostly, let's say in AutoCAD, you'll learn about detailed drafting. Okay. So AutoCAD is mostly used for draftings. You can be used for designs as well, but you'll be learning more about drafting side in AutoCAD, which is used as drafting software in Australia, so, and then you'll be learning about Civil 3D and 12D, which is more into designing and surveying side. So you'll be learning more about designing and surveying in Civil 3D and 12D. And then Revit is mostly for BIM modeling and structural coordination. Yeah. So we'll be learning about architecture as well as structural side in Revit. Okay. And then after that, we'll be adding more into Microsoft projects. So that's project management software, which will help you manage your tasks, timelines, resources, effectively. Yeah. So there are other softwares as well, but widely used is Microsoft project. So we can use that and get a basic understanding of what is used there. Okay. So those are the learning outcomes there. So I want to talk about what are the essential knowledge required for civil engineering, especially in if you want to land a career there. So first is you need to know standards. Yeah. So mostly Australian standards. Okay. Yeah. So you gotta know, like, I'm not talking about you have to memorize everything. You gotta know what's used in the standard, like which standard uses what. Just for example, 3100, concrete, like you have to know what code is used for concrete, reinforced concrete, or maybe plumbing and drainage 3500s, all those kind of things. It's essential. It'll make your life easier rather than what's in the content there. You have to know about, like, the general. Let's say you need to know about table of contents rather than knowing about the whole document. So that's there. Knowing about National Construction Code, which is mostly used in structural side. Okay, so if you want to build a building, let's say two-story building or something, yeah, you gotta follow all the standards from National Construction Code. And then there comes with the council guidelines as well. Each council has their own guidelines, and also with each states. Okay, so you gotta know that. Okay, and then the next one is surveying basics. As a civil engineer as well, you need to know about surveying because you'll be doing all the designs and you need to know what you need. And so you can collaborate with them better, like all the surveyors out there. Yeah, so you can collaborate with surveyors and get the data required for you so you can design properly and draft as well. Okay. And you need to know about basics of hydraulics and hydrology. So you need to know about the drainage system. If you are a civil engineer, you got to know about hydraulics and hydrology and ARR, guidelines. yeah, Australian rainfall and runoff guidelines. So you got to know about those things and how it's used and how you can manipulate it, in different ways. Okay, so you got to know those things. Obviously, soft skills like communication, team collaboration. You got to know, obviously, like if you are getting into the industry, you got to build your soft skills. Okay, you got to know how to communicate properly, how to collaborate with people, and then how to solve problems basically. Okay, so you got to learn those skills. Yeah, not only technical skills is important, soft skills is also very important, right? So yeah, those are the things which you require to land a career there in civil engineering. And then lastly, project management. I think everybody has been using project management skills, in their day-to-day life. So, for example, managing your assignments or managing your study loads, those are also a part of project management. Yeah, so basically you got to follow that in civil engineering sector as well, and you got to know the process. So, for example, there is a PMBOK guideline which helps in explaining about planning, scheduling, and managing resources. So yeah, those are the things you got to know, like the basics things. Yeah, so and these are the knowledge it's required. And then again, I want to talk about the course structure and the weeks we'll be learning that. So week 1 to 2, basics, AutoCAD basics. Yeah, week 3 to 4, civil 3D and civil site design. It's all about road design and drainage design. And then 5 to 6, it's 12D. It's surveying and a bit about import and export, alignment creations, earthworks, terrain modeling, and then surface creations and all those. Yeah, week 7 it's Revit. Yeah, so Revit is all BIM, so building information modeling. You'll be looking through 3D models. Okay, we'll be looking through 3D models in civil 3D and 12D as well. But Revit is mostly for structural side. Okay, so we'll be learning about more on structural side, National Construction Code. Australian Building Code. I think it's changed to National Construction Code now. So yeah, we'll be learning more on that. Yeah. So yeah, that's how we end. And then week 8 is there where we'll be doing like a final project and doing a project management tasks. So we'll be revising all those things and which are important and those kind of things there. That's how we end our course structure. And having said that, it's not the end. You'll be learning more and more each and every day, but these are the basics you need, and which will make you further, like which will make you a top candidate as well when you apply, if you know these skills. So that's the main agenda here. All right, so next slide. So why this program, as I want to say again, so hands-on training. Yeah. Obviously you'll be practicing with real world projects. So I have certain projects which I'll be giving to you guys as well. So you'll be going through that, and then you'll be doing it. I know it'll be a bit hard to understand and all, but it's a process. Yeah. It'll make you understand better in coming days. Maybe not at the first, but in the end, obviously you'll get there. Yeah. So that's there. And then mentorship. Obviously, we have experienced professionals which will guide you through the program. Okay. So they'll help you in each and every step. Yeah, having said that, we're not like spoon feeding you. You have to do on your own as well. Okay, so we're uplifting you basically. Yeah, so that's my main motive. I don't wanna spoon feed you and tell you to do this and tell you to do that. Okay, once I say to do it, like you have to do it, and if you don't do it, that's your loss. So that's why I wanna uplift you guys so that you can do it better. And if you any questions, you can always ask me. So that's there. And resources, you have access to course materials, templates, and tools as well. So I have gathered a lot of templates and tools in my experiences. I can share it with you guys. It takes a lot of effort to gather things. So you are kind of getting it for, yeah, and it's very useful as well. So yeah, that's there. And certifications, obviously it's not like a diploma or anything like that certification, but what we can do is like we can provide a reference to your potential employers, or we can also like kind of give you like a certificate of completion of these projects, kind of thing, So yeah, that's there. And networking, obviously, nowadays, networking is the most important thing here. So if you join this, like you'll be able to connect with industry experts as well as your own peers, and then have the opportunity. So that's the key thing. You never know what comes in. So that's why networking is a key thing here. So we'll be focusing on that as well. Yeah. So what are the next steps you can do? So if you are ready to begin, obviously we haven't fixed yet what date we'll start. Like we have to check, students and get their views as well when they want to start and all. But it'll be Monday to Tuesday, 6 to 9. Yeah. So that's fixed there. So it'll be classes are Monday and Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Yeah. And the duration is 8 weeks. So 8 weeks is just technical, and then moving on, there will be a career counseling as well. So total, it's like 10 to 12. It depends. It depends as well. 8 weeks is just a rough thing, It depends on the project as well. Depends on what we learn more, So, but 8 weeks is like a rough estimation, and there is another career counseling as well. So maybe 10 to 12 weeks program in total. Yeah. That's there. And if you want to join us, please call us and take the step. I think if you don't do it now, you'll be stuck there. So that's why I want you guys to take a step and uplift yourself. Basically, it's not for anyone else, it's for you. Okay, so think about it and call to action. Yeah. So there's nothing much. Like I think I covered most of the important things. I wanted to show you like a sample project as well, but before that, I just wanna get into Q&A so I can show you a sample project as well. Okay, so any questions, anything you didn't understand, anything you wanna add in or something like that? Anyone?
So Zinzi, we do have like a couple of questions that I have compiled as well that we got from students when they were inquiring to us.
Oh
But
yeah.
I think Bimal wanted to ask a question
Yep.
before interrupting. Yeah,
How,
go ahead, Bimal.
how long we will have license of 2LD?
So yeah, I think everyone's question is that. So to be honest, the license of 12D is a bit expensive, so it's not that cheap, and you don't get it. Even though you want it, you won't get it easily. So you have to go through a lot of steps. So we have one license, and we are obviously like so I'm using that, and then if you want to use it, like we're kind of in a process of putting it into a RDP, remote desktop, remote desktop, so everyone can access it. So that's the process there, but it requires a dongle, and it requires a lot of things, and it's not cheap. Whatever's you're paying for this course, the license might be that, so that's why we're trying to reduce, like obviously you guys are students as well, and also finance is a thing there, so that's why we don't want to charge a lot, but we want to provide a lot, so yeah, there will be recordings there available, and then obviously I'm there to help as well, and here we can screen share and you can control, remote control as well, those sort of things. Yeah, we're going through, but having said that, we're in a process of setting up RDP, okay, RDS, sorry, remote desktop software, that's what it's called. So yeah, we're trying to set it up, and then so everyone can use it with one license as well, but it's one at a time, so not everyone can use. You can book in, and all those kind of things, and then do it. But yeah, for now I think it'll be mostly I'll be using that to teach you guys, and then later down the track you can use it. Yeah, is that clear enough?
Yep, all good.
Yeah, all good. Thanks for the question. Any other questions, anything like anything you didn't understand or anything you want to learn, you can just, yeah. Sorry, was there other questions you compiled, Neha?
Yeah. So usually when students inquired, one of the most asked questions that we got was like, is this course suitable for someone who has no engineering or technical backgrounds? Like, can I still join? So, like, is
Yeah,
this something?
100%. Yes, so it's for everyone. Like the eligibility criteria is you just have to be interested in engineering, you know. You don't have to have a degree. To be honest, like even though to be honest, in Australia, mostly they count for experience rather than degree. So even though you don't have a degree, like you can still get a job, you know. So it's all about the experience. It's all about what you can bring in the table, you know. So if you are not into like if you are not in that engineering background and still want to learn and see how things go, yes, of course you can join in. Yeah.
And one student, like one of the candidates, was also asking, like, I am actually like, how much math or technical knowledge do I need because I want to switch from like accounting. So I really have like zero engineering background. Like, is this something that is viable and suitable for me as well? Was one of the questions that we got.
Yes, yes, that's a good question. So, to be honest, like you need a bit of you know background, but having said that, not like see the things I've learned in university and the things I use here practically, it's vast difference, you know. So in university, I learned a lot about derivatives, you know, the trigonometry and all those kind of things. I never use that to be honest. Maybe it might be used in other cases like derivatives and tricks. All these are used in software, like software engineering mostly. Derivatives mostly in software engineering. But yeah, so I haven't used that much. But you still need to use a bit. But that's not like complex maths, you know. It's like simple maths. For example, I'll show you one. So the most used math is I'll just quickly show one thing. So the most used math is this right angle triangle. I don't know if you guys know this. Not a good drawing, but yeah, it's a right angle triangle. So obviously there is rise and run. So here they call it rise and run, okay? And that's a slope. So I don't know if you guys remember slope equals rise over run. I don't think you guys remember this way, but maybe you might remember this way. So slope equals x, oh, sorry, rise, y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. I guess you guys remember it that way. This is x, yeah, not y. Excuse my handwriting, but yeah, anyways. So that's y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So the most used like mostly used math is this, and there are others as well nowadays. Like most of the maths are done by softwares, but you gotta know the basic understanding as well. But with this course, you know, if you don't know, I will help you through, you know. So if you're interested, if you want to get into the industry, maybe like pursue a course later on or something like that, yeah, go for it, man. Like it's very fulfilling, it's very rewarding as well. And yeah, that's a good thing. So yeah, like don't worry about, you know, if you need backgrounds or not, because I guess 60-70% of the thing you learned in university you don't even remember, you know. So it's all about the experience and it's all about the use of the things which like these, you know, these are the commonly used ones, and there are others as well, but yeah, um yeah.
Yeah, we have one. Yeah, we have one question from one candidate. They're saying like, what about other license keys or other software like Revit?
Oh yes, for Autodesk, you get a free license. I'll teach you how you can get it. So you get a free license, and then each email you have, you can get another free license as well. So you get it for 30 days, and it'll be way more enough for you to practice and all, you know. And you can also get another one. So like, if you create another email, so you can get another license as well. So yeah, I'll teach you guys in like that's the starting of the course, you know, having you install other softwares. So Autodesk, sorry, AutoCAD, okay, AutoCAD, Revit, and Civil. Those are the three softwares, and also civil site design. Yeah, so those are the four softwares. You get it for free. Okay, so you can practice it like very often, you know. So 30 days, and you get it for 30 days, and you can create another email, you get another 30 days. But yeah, that's why
I think
those are not included as well. Sorry, yeah, go on.
yeah, no, I think Vipik has a question. Please go ahead, Vipik.
Hi, this is me, Vivek. So I'm just wondering how long will be the 2LD classes will go? I'm just
So
wondering
probably
continuously.
like, yeah, 2 to 3 weeks, you know, 12D. Because yeah, like it depends on the project as well. So what we do, it takes a bit of
Yeah, I
time
just
sometimes.
I'm just my background is just for road design.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm probably just wondering for 2LD.
Yeah, that's fine, you know. So 12D, like probably like 2 to 3 weeks. You can talk to our team, like the admin team, to know more about if you can just do 12D, you know.
Yeah, just
Mm.
I asked Melissa sister for this one, but she told me that the conduct first and the teacher will advise you about it. So
Okay, yeah. Maybe we'll discuss about that and let you know about that, you know. But yeah, this is the whole course.
yeah.
But the thing is, yeah, like
So
I just want to do 12D, yeah, that's fine, you know, we can talk.
yeah, just then if I conduct this course, so I have to take whole just rebate, BIM and everything else, or just
No, yeah, like we haven't offered anything like that to
yeah,
anyone, but yeah, we
yeah.
can discuss about that if that suits you, you know.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, all good.
And just one question: Can I live in Sydney, so it is better to have the physical classes instead of online.
To be honest, see, like I don't know why everyone's like, oh, we want a physical class. Like to be honest, like, do you if you do an online class, you have your own laptop as well, and then um like even though you are in a physical class, you will be looking at the screen, you know. So like,
Yeah, I know that, but in the instead of face to face, but just the physical one is the better option for to discuss everything, the small things. So I think that's my perception, but
no, that's fine. Yeah, 100%. But everyone's like, oh yeah, physical class.
yeah, okay,
Is
we can explain
everything.
about the detailed things, the small things. So even like calculate of slope, extra wording like that.
No, like even with Zoom meetings as well, like you can ask questions, you know, you can share your screen as well. Over there, you can't, like you have to take it out and bring it in, you know, all those kind of things. But
Yeah.
mostly it's if you are based in Canberra, yes, physical class is there. But
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, we are in Sydney. Actually,
yeah.
I am.
Yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, like with this, the thing is like we're also doing online is we can record, so you can guys like you can refer it later on, you know. So that's the. But yeah, but I'm based in Canberra at the moment, so that's why we can't do.
Yeah. If sorry, if I interrupt you, if I conduct my class and if I want to know about the anything, just I'll get your contact details or some or just for need the office contact.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like if you want, we can share about that. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Then.
yeah, regarding Vivek, like this query is like like I said, we'll be using Teams.
Mm-mm,
And all of our students, mentors, trainers will be grouped into teams. So it's basically
mm-mm.
like WhatsApp. It's like a
Okay.
group chat, and everyone is going to be there. So if you have like any sort of queries, questions, you can just directly ping him in the chat as well.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
And you
Yeah.
can also direct
Yeah.
message me as well if you
Yeah.
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
As a
we'll
mentor, I
create.
can.
Yeah.
As I want to make you mentor if I contact my on this class. So.
No, yeah. There will be a group. Like we always create a group for every class. So all our members are there, and if any questions you can ask there, or you can directly message in Teams as well.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. I think there was another question as well. Will we get practical hands-on training with the software as part of the course? Yes, that's it. So that's so our dream, yeah, that's the whole concept of here, So we want to kind of let you guys do it as well. Like for example, AutoCAD, Civil 3D, Revit, 100%. You can do it on your own as well. So uh, yeah, I'll give you all the files. We will do here live as well, and also you can practice later on your own. Okay, so that's the whole thing about it. And for example, I'll show you one of the project we will be doing. So just give me a sec, yeah. Sorry, not that one. Let me find, yeah, just a sec. Yeah, so this is a bit, so if you want a bit harder as well, so this is in Revit, okay? So this is a basic example. It's a shed, not a shed, like it's a garage, yeah? It's a garage. So we'll be doing this in Revit for the basic understanding. And then if you are more interested in complex one, this is the whole house as well. So that's another thing as well. It's a bit, lot of the things you by yourself, but you know, that's a basic understanding of how it works. Yeah, so those are the two projects for Revit. Just an example, yeah. That's there. I hope that answered you. Will there be separate instruction in each software? No, I'll be teaching all these softwares. Yeah, so I'm your instructor here.
Another one of the questions usually that we got was like what is the average salary like you can expect as entry level like civil engineering when we first start?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So I think to be honest, like you should not expect a lot when you're starting out. If you're just freshly graduated and all, maybe like around 70 to 80. Now maybe cost of living is high now. I don't know, maybe it might be more than that, but from the figures I know, the basic but it depends where you work as well. So for example, so if you're working in a design consultancy, okay, so the salary is way different than if you work as a site engineer. Because if you work as a site engineer, you'll be working like 12 hours a day, or maybe sometimes 14 hours, you know, so 12 to 14 hours a day as a site engineer. But if you're working in an office environment, then you'll be working 8 hours, okay? So you might be earning like, if you're a site engineer, you might be earning like 80K, 90K or something like that. But if you're in an office, you might be earning like 70K, you know, but the hourly rate is kind of the same. Okay. So that's the thing. That's a key thing. And later down the track, if you're more experienced, it'll be kind of equal. But yeah, so it differs. But let's say like 70, let's say 70 to 80. Yeah? I don't expect that much, but yeah, 70 to 80 you can expect, you know.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
later on, I think we can like upskill and have increments in remunerations as well later on, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you get, so if you're sometimes some companies have these all profit bonuses and all. So if you create like, if you are into project management, if you become a project manager later down the track, that's like you can also get profits on as like bonuses on the profits, you know. So if you manage the project properly and reduce the budget, obviously you get the profit out of it. So yeah, it depends. Yeah, but you know, later down the track, the salary might go, you know, more than 200 as well. So I've known people who, you know, gets above 2 to 300 as well. Yeah. So that's like
And
way above, you know. You have to
yeah.
be pretty good at what you're doing. So yeah, that's a big.
And like regarding this aspect as well, I think we are going to cover this in our career counseling sessions as well, where we kind of currently have like former alumni and training graduates as well, where we help them kind of negotiate their salary increments as well later on after getting the job. So this is also
Yes, yes,
included in
exactly.
our
So
career
after getting the
counseling.
job, like if you're moving into another job, like if you applied for another job, we can negotiate. Like we'll teach you how to do that as well, you know? So
Mhm.
that's the thing. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Vivek has another question. He was asking like, what is Ostro guideline? What about Ostro guideline?
Oh yeah, yeah. So this is Ost roads. Okay, Ost, not Ostro. So it's Ost roads. I don't know if you're referring to that or not, but yeah. So it's Ost roads guideline. So Ost road is this is it. So they have a website. So it's a road, basically Australian roads. Okay. So you have a guideline to design. Okay. So there are different parts of it. So you use these parts to design a road. Okay. And yeah, so basically this is only used for roads. Yeah. So that's and Australian standards are a different thing. So Australian standards are standards for certain things. Okay. For example, there is a car park, and you might have Australian standard for a car park. Okay. But this road is just for the roads. And there is no any Australian standard for road, like the whole road, Australian standard for pavement, like there might be standards for components, but not for the whole thing. But this is a authority which does all the guides, and I think even Australian standard follow from here. Okay, especially for roads and for drainage as well, a bit of drainage on the road. Yeah. So that's it. Was that your question, Vivek? Like, did you want to know about Yeah?
Yeah, I did. I'm learning myself about the Austro guidelines, Austro road actually. Sorry, my bad. So
Awesome. Yeah, yeah,
I
no.
just want to go in the details. So
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, like, so this is it, So obviously in detail, you have to go through each and every sections. And when we are designing the road, we'll be referring to this. So there is a design project. So we'll be doing in civil site design. Okay. So yeah, we'll be following that. And then following these standards and designing that road. Obviously, we won't go through like each and every sector of this because it's like even one document is like 300 pages, okay? So you
yeah,
can't go through
it
that.
is lengthy one.
Yeah, yeah. But what we can do is like we can go through the main ones, So when we're designing, yeah, it's all up to you what you can do on these ones, okay? But
Okay.
yeah, so that's the thing. Let's go on another question. Bimal, do we have access for student version for 12D as some other software? Now, from my experience, like I don't know, I'm not sure about it as well, but I don't think so, because 12D don't provide any student versions. I think they used to, like way back in, I don't know when they started, way back, like it was 2010 or something like that, 2010 or 2020. Yeah, probably they had student version. I know that because you can see on their website, but now I don't think they have student version. So you gotta get the license, and to get the license, you gotta have a dongle, like it's like a pen drive thing. Yeah, so you gotta insert in your computer, and then you can run 12D software. They have online as well, but it's a network license. It's a different thing, but yeah, mostly it's a dongle one if you're buying, yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Does that answer your question, Bimo?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, good. Thanks for that. Let's move on to another one. Currently, I'm doing masters. I am master student, and how can I do job with my work restrictions? And does my past experience do help me on this? Sorry, what's that? Should on this should have work experience of Australia. Okay, so you're doing your masters. That's good, yeah. And then obviously, if there is a restriction, yeah, you can't do full-time work, but you can still do a part-time job if you can find it. But it's a bit hard to find in construction industry a part-time job. But I'm not saying it's impossible, okay? So you can still do it, and you can also do internships, or you can do like other various stuffs, You can do your own projects, okay? Yeah, those sort of things, right? So your experience, I don't know what's your past experience, but if you have a past experience, obviously, like if it's transferable, yes, it helps. 100% it helps. I don't know what's your experience. Do you want to speak up, Amit? What's your experience? You want to talk about all those kind of things?
Right. I have experience of structural engineer in my back country, such as in SAP, ETAPS, and I have used Revit as well in my country.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So ETABS, you're basically in structural side. So, ETABS and then SAP 2000s, yeah. So
Yeah.
you know how to do the analysis of structure. So that's pretty good. So that's a good experience, Maybe they might not use the same softwares. I think mostly they use Rhino for concrete structures, and they use others as well, but space gas and all those kind of things. Yeah, space gas, exactly. Oh yeah, someone wrote it down here. Yeah, Space Gas. They use Space Gas. You know, it's transferable because it uses the same principle, you know. You have to set it up and all, you know, all those kind of things. Maybe it might be a different software, but it uses that same principle, and I think that'll be really useful for you. So yeah, 100%. But you gotta do your, if you're in university and all, you gotta do your own projects, you know. You gotta, that's why we're doing like different projects, okay? So we can show in your resume that you've done these kind of projects, okay? So yeah, you gotta do your own projects. You gotta, you know, upskill yourself as well. So that's a thing. Yeah. No, I think yeah. Thanks for that. Any other questions? Anything you guys wanted to talk about?
Sorry, just quickly one question. Like usually, most of the candidates, you know, when they call, they ask like, I have a really basic laptop. Like, do I need like a really advanced, fancy laptop or something like that, or is just my regular laptop enough for this?
So honestly, if you're, you know, if you're using softwares, they use a kind of heavy, like heavy specs. So all these softwares, they use heavy specs. So that's why it's recommended to buy a good laptop. I'm not talking about like high-end, like top laptops, you know. I'm talking about like basic, you know, maybe an i5 can do it. Yeah, i5s, okay, with a graphics card like NVIDIA, you know, maybe if it's a old graphic card, yeah, that's fine, you know. Yeah, so yeah, NVIDIA graphics card, i5 minimum, okay? Not like an old laptop, you know, so, and not Mac, okay? Don't use Mac, because I don't know, nothing works in Mac from my experience. Most of these softwares, you know. So yeah, yeah, so if you, it should be a Windows laptop, and the basic is i5, i7 is great. If you can afford it, i9 is way better, okay? And then yeah, NVIDIA graphics, you know. Yeah, the that's a basic thing. Like you can get it for $1,000 or maybe less than that nowadays, you know. So Acer Nitro 5, a gaming laptop, you can use it for, you know, doing this. Yeah, it's pretty cheap laptop. So yeah, but you need a good laptop, you know. It'll run your softwares faster, and it'll make your workflow faster, basically. Yeah. Oh, good. Any others? Any other questions? Space, gas, and E-tabs are similar in my experience, DW section. Exactly. Yes. Thanks, Bimal. Yeah, that's it. So it's similar, you know. Obviously, it's not the same, but it follows basic principles. Even 12D, like 12D and Civil 3D, it's similar. It's not same, but it follows the same principles and the fundamentals. Okay, but it's way different in the UI space, you know, like the software space and how you see things, how you click on, and all those kind of things. Yeah, it's a bit different, but you know, the basic understanding is the same. Yeah, thanks for that. Anyone?
Yeah, and one more thing, can we extract all the estimation for road in 2LD as we did in SW road in overseas?
Yes, so estimation, yes, like if you want to extract volumes, okay, for the soils or whatever, or pavement, if you're doing a pavement design there, you can extract the volumes of the each and every layer as well. So yeah, like you can do, it depends on what you need, you know. So even 12D is very powerful. It can do BIM, like structural side as well. But most of the people, they don't use structural in 12D. But yeah, you can do structural as well, and you can do all the estimations as well. Yeah, so it extracts all the volumes and the things required. Yeah, and then you can put in your values and do the estimations in other softwares or Excel or whichever you need. So yeah. I just want to inquire because I aim to work in a consulting firm focusing on structural design or as a structural detailer. Do I need to go through Civil 3D and 12D? Or is it good to learn these as since I'm aiming to work more in structural design from the entry level opportunities for that? So to be honest, like this program, because we created this program So I think it was Aldrin who asked. Yes. So thanks, Aldrin. That was a good question. So we created this program to focus on everyone, you know. So all these people who have graduated or all these people who are not finding a job, like we're not getting a job. So we're focusing on those people. And then those people who still don't know like what I'm specializing in and what I'm going in and all those, okay? So that's why for you, if you know like you want to be a structural detailer or you know that you want to get into structural designs, like knowing about 12D and Civil 3D is pretty good because you do all your draftings and drawings in Civil 3D, okay, AutoCAD, all those. And 12D, like it's beneficial. The more softwares you know, the better in the industry you can be, you know. So that's why it's good, but the main focus will be a bit different for structural, like Revit. Revit is widely used and Space Gas, you know. That's also widely used. E-tabs, most companies use e-tabs as well. SAP 2000s or maybe Bentley softwares as well. So going into entry level, like I think you need to learn a bit more on Revit side. And then if you want to go into consulting firm, every consulting firm uses a different software. So it's not focusing on the software only, you know, it's focusing on the standards you'll be using, it's focusing on the fundamentals, okay? So yeah, like it's good to know about Civil 3D and 12D, and you can get other aspects. Like if you want to go into civil design space, civil side, then yes, 100% you need those two softwares. But if you need, like if you want to go through structural side, then you might not use that much of these softwares. But it's good to know, whenever sometimes you might need it. So yeah, that's why I recommend, kind of knowing these softwares, but it's not like a must. Yes, yeah. Would there be lots of entry level opportunities? Obviously, yes. So for Civil 3D and 12D, 100%, like if you know these, so entry level opportunities go higher. And then, especially for structural design firm, if you know about these structural softwares, then your position will be higher. Okay. So our aim is to teach people with all those resources so that they can get into different sectors, not only one sector, they can apply in different sectors. And then later down the track with the experience, they'll develop their own expertise. They'll learn on their own, like whichever is needed for them. Okay. So this is the aim here is to mainly get into the industry. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. No, good. Thanks for that. No. Any other questions? Anyone want to know about anything at all? No, all good. Is that it? I hope this was a fruitful one. I hope you guys learned a bit from here. I could not say much about the process and all, but yeah, moving on. If you are happy to join this program, we'll be learning more and we'll be focusing more on active participation as well, so that you guys learn a bit more and get to know about the industry basically. Yeah, so that's our main vision. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think, yeah, I don't think, so lastly, just like, is there any like last minute questions and queries regarding anything at all that anybody else would like to ask?
Yeah.
But if not, then I think we're like nearing the end of the session right now.
Yeah. Was
So
it 1
yeah,
hour
like,
session? Yeah,
yeah,
probably. Yeah, we
uh,
went past time, but yeah, anyways, it's good to, like it's good
yeah.
everyone stayed back. Thanks for that. But yeah, any questions, anything like that? No? All good?
Like in the chat, I've linked like the email address, like info@extratex.com.au, and our number and our contact form as well as our social media. So if you have like any further queries or questions regarding anything at all, you can like give us a ping and we'll be happy to send you the curriculum. We'll be happy to sit in and answer your queries over the phone as well later on. So yeah, like it's in the chat. Or you can go to our social media pages as well at Extratech on Facebook and Extratech Official on Instagram, and you can ping us there as well. But yeah, I think like if there are no further questions or anything like that, then I think like we're gonna be rounding up, like ending the session now. So for this, I would like to just give my thanks to Sojanji for conducting the presentation and also for answering the questions and everything. And also, I would like to say my thanks to all of the participants as well for taking the time of your day to sit in for the event. It is very much appreciated. So yeah, like hoping to see you all during the enrollment process. For curriculum and fee details, and also for like the slots and scheduling and things like that, you can give us you can ping us on our email. But yeah, like thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, have a great evening, and
Thanks,
hoping to
guys.
see you
Thanks for
all.
attending. Yeah, that's
See you
all
all
for
on
today.
board soon.
Yeah, thanks. Hope to teach you guys soon. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you.
Have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye. So, Jinsi, I think the recording will be on your end, right?
Stop now.